Hi everyone, in this video I will show you how I assemble one of the new multi-part plastic kit Tau models, namely the Cadre Fireblade. These are the assembly instructions, so there are quite a lot of parts here. I think it's going to be a bit of a puzzle to see which parts we already can attach before painting and which ones we will have to paint separately and attach afterwards. So that's a process I would like to go through together with you, just to give you some tips along the way. Now I already removed all the parts from the sprue and cleaned them. It was pretty easy, just some points of attention here. This is the braid here on the side is quite fragile, so be careful when cleaning that. And also this ribbon on the knife is also a bit of a difficult part. But there's one piece that you really get to pay attention to. This the back of the torso part. This piece here looks like a bit of sprue, but it isn't a bit of sprue. It's actually part of his arm, I guess. So don't get fooled by this piece and cut it off, because it's not a part of the sprue, it's a part of the model. Okay, so I have my glue here. We're ready to start gluing everything together. I'm just going to leave this aside, the base, because I want to see when the model is completely assembled, or as far as I can assemble it, and I want to see how I can reach parts of the base. I'm just going to leave this as last, or put it aside. So I think the best starting point is completing the torso, starting off with these legs. Now these multi-part plastic kits, they really go very well, fit very well together, so there's probably no need to fit this on the base first, but I always dry fit, of course. But this fits quite well, so they should be on like this. So this, the highest part is the back of the base. It looks like this will fit quite well. Like this, okay. So no worries about the legs, they're fine now. Next up, the back of the torso. Just going to look at the instructions to see where if this cloak can still be attached. I think so. Arm. Sometimes this assembly can be a bit tricky. I have to attach multiple parts in one go, or this arm goes on afterwards, no problem. Okay. Only there's a bit of a gap here and there, so what I usually do to slightly fill this is just put on a small dab of glue around that area, and that will melt the plastic a bit, just enough to close these gaps. So check for the arm now. There's also something we can safely attach at this point. It's not really obstructing any areas to be painted. For the head, and it's supposed to be looking down like this. I think there's a bit of, supposed to be a bit of his neck visible, like this, I think. That's it. So this braid covers this part of his armor a bit, but I don't think that's a problem. It's still quite reachable with your brush. That part also not really a problem here, because this air intake or whatever is probably going to be painted quite dark, maybe black or something. So that's something we can paint first. Alright. Then his hand. Don't think there's any marking you can check to see how I should align this. Well, you can see here this bit of armor on his wrist. There's a line going in that direction. Just try to align the same bit on his glove. It should be something like this. And maybe this little recess here. That's also something that should fit on this part of shoulder pad, so that you can glue this into two spots, and it's firmly attached. Now there's something I see here is a bit of mold line here left and a bit of flash, so I'm going to clean that first. Okay, that's cleaned, so I'm not going to put some glue on. Check once again where this piece of ribbon is going. Just going to be on this tip of the armor, so just a small dab of glue there. Come on, glue. Okay, sorry, just had a bit of a glue malfunctioning, so small dab of glue there. It's actually a bit too much, but then around the wrist. Trying to align the parts, and then it's easiest to have a bit on the shoulder pad first. Trying to find a balance that I can put pressure on the 2 points at once. I think it looks good. Now, 2 parts left on this model, the cape and this right shoulder pad. So I think this shoulder pad is going to cover the cape as well, so the cape should go on first, I guess. Let's try fit that. See, the cape is definitely something we should be attaching after everything is painted, because it's covering the legs. And then I think we're forced to assemble this also afterwards, because yeah, it's glued on both parts, so we're forced to leave this off. And I'm also going to paint the base separately. So what I'll do next is prime these parts and then mount them on a toothpick or something, or probably going to insert a pin in his foot here and mount this on a pin vise holder or something, so I can get hold of these pieces while I'm painting it. So I hope this was a nice video to watch and that it was useful if you're also going to assemble this model. So there's probably going to be a work in progress video of this figure soon, so keep an eye on my channel. Thanks again for watching, bye.